Welcome to week 7 of Oakland Overtime, our very first fall episode. Alongside Jason Ross Jr., I'm Jenna Rose. Now, the summertime weather is still with us, but with a new season brings Horizon League conference play to campus.
And we get to recap several Horizon League victories that took place on campus a week ago in today's show. In addition to a feature on two sisters swimming for OU Swim and Dive, we'll also talk about what's to come and much, much more.
This show is brought to you by our proud sponsors, the United Dairy Industry of Michigan, Great Clips, and Meyer. All right, plenty to get to for our first fall episode, so let's get to it. After 3 consecutive shutout wins, the Oakland women's soccer team earned the leadoff spot in today's episode of Oakland Overtime. The Golden Grizzlies improved their record to 3-0-1 in Horizon League play after wins over Illinois Chicago and Purdue Fort Wayne. Now they're sitting atop the standings in the conference.
Earned feels like the right word to use there. That's now just 1 goal conceded for OU women's soccer throughout the course of 4 conference games played. Their head coach Juan Favreau said that this is a testament to not only how good our team's goalkeeping is in the back line, but also just the grit and determination as a whole over these 4 conference games.
The 1-0 win over Purdue Fort Wayne demanded a gritty mindset. The victory came on a grass surface that had just been rained on against a Macedon team that likes to battle. The prior victory, which was a 3-0 win over UIC, saw forward Alexis Sabal pick up right where she left off in the goal-scoring category.
Saba tallied her 5th goal over the past 4 games in the win over the Flames, which earned her Horizon League Offensive Player of the Week for September 20th.
Now it's time for our social media clip of the week, brought to you by Great Clips. And this is one of 2 mentions of OU men's basketball. And man, Greg Campy just keeps on finding his way into this segment, Jay.
Second time his Twitter has showed up on our OU social media post of the week. However, this time it's his dog Rookie stealing the show.
Too cute. A dog on a frog playing leapfrog. Jason, life doesn't get more wonderful than that.
No, it does not. Campy's true airbud. So shout out to Rookie for being a good sport and being a part of this week's social media post of the week.
To continue the theme of Oakland teams without a loss in conference play, Oakland volleyball now has a record of 2-0 after stellar wins against Robert Morris and Youngstown State.
And it only took 6 sets to accomplish those 2 wins, so a couple of sweeps for head coach Rob Beam, whose heartbeat was moving a little slower this week after his team was on the right side of a couple of sweeps versus last week when they were on the opposite end of those losses. So really good to see his group bounce back.
Patty Cesarini, Jamie Walling, and Jessica Riedel were all offensive options for Oakland setters. All 3 combined for 35 kills and also all hit individually over 300 during that awesome win against Robert Morris.
Defensively, OU had a sparkling week highlighted by DS Lindsay Whiteman. Remember last week and the week before when we were reporting that records were being broken? Well, that theme does not change this week.
No, it does not. Lindsay Whiteman, who set the school record for career digs last week, has set the record for most digs in a 3-set match.
Her 33 digs in the 3-set win over Youngstown State set the new mark and is now making us simply wonder what's next.
Well, we know for sure what's next are road matches against Purdue Fort Wayne and Cleveland State for Oakland volleyball. However, coming up next, we have Behind the Black and Gold.
Today is our first Behind the Black and Gold feature, including 2 OU athletes. Same team, same family, same sport. Emily and Abby Aycock, the sister swimmers from Knoxville, Tennessee, made for a very fun Behind the Black and Gold feature.
I think I started to get into swimming when I was around 8 years old. It was a similar story. We joined a summer league team, but I also played softball on the side. So I didn't start taking swimming seriously until I was probably 10 or 11, and that's when I started doing year-round.
I think that started when I was around 9 years old. I think we joined Golfwood, which was a summer league team, and we started competing because our friends were on it and everything, and we thought it looked like fun. And then after that, I think I was 11 and joined my first year-round club team. I think we pushed each other to reach our goals by just anytime we had a race to each other, we didn't want to lose. And I think we all had like certain events where we're like, oh, like I can't lose to them in this one because it's like my event, even though it's not really, but we're like, no, this is my event, that's yours. You win this one, we win this one.
I'd say about the same thing. We were pretty competitive with most of our events, but like she said, we each had our own stroke kind of, and that would be our event. So if someone beat us in that, it was fun.
We would hit heads sometimes if we beat each other in the other events. We are different in the fact that I'm more distance and everything related, and then also I feel like we have like a good personality mixture. Like I'm a little bit more introverted than I think my other sisters, but I'm also able to kind of like go off of them and help. And then I think we're similar in the fact that we all kind of followed our older sister into swimming, in all honesty, and that we're just kind of like had the similar life experience where we're like, oh, we might fight here, but like 10 minutes later we're back in each other's room laughing and everything.
I think it was a mixture of emotions because, like she said, we have an older sister. She swam in college, so then I saw that beforehand, and I heard a bunch of stories from her and got a lot of insight through other things. And then with Emily coming here, I got a lot of insight into the school and the type of program that they have here, and it just seemed like she really, really enjoyed it. So I felt that I would also enjoy it at the time. Like looking at schools, I felt this would be a good school.
Most enjoyable part is that we are actually like, we're in like each other's groups, but not really because of the different strokes. But we're able to kind of like help push each other through it, and we know like when one of us is struggling, maybe like how to calm each other down, or like if I have like having a bad practice, she knows what to say to like make me feel better and vice versa. And it's just like we're able to push each other to be better and also like help each other in other strokes and being like, okay, like calm down, or like come on, get back up, and just knowing when to do the pick-me-ups.
Well, as a former competitor myself who has older siblings, I love that they're able to push one another to reach their goals and to be able to do so at such a prestigious program.
I'd have to agree. The only part I disagree with is the former before competitor part. You're still very much a competitor. Coming up next, we'll meet another OU competitor and women's basketball player Aaliyah McQueen.
We are now about to meet Aaliyah McQueen, who is one of the newest additions to the Oakland women's basketball roster. McQueen previously played for Illinois in the Big Ten Conference as a guard. Now, let's meet her as a Golden Grizzly.
My name is Aaliyah McQueen, and I'm a sophomore. It's closer to home. It's nothing like home, honestly. My favorite teacher was Mr. Standen because he treated me like his child. My best aspect is my IQ and getting my teammates involved. Drake. Just listening to music in my headphones, isolated. I can talk like I'm a baby.
Gotta do it now. You know, you can't say that and not do it. Like you can't just say that. Like you.
Gotta go for the content. That's sweet.
Yes. Yes.
I'm excited for what Aaliyah can bring to the team this season. In addition to the killer Donald Duck impression, more depth in an already deep OU women's basketball team coming from a very stellar program in Illinois should be very, very fun to watch.
Now switching over to the men's basketball side of things, we noted that we talk about them twice in the show. You have the opportunity to watch Greg Campy's team face Michigan State at Little Caesars Arena. Tickets go on sale October 1st at 10 a.m.
Campy versus Izzo in Detroit. Sign me up. That should be awesome.
Men's soccer head coach Eric Pogue had nothing but respect for UIC heading into Saturday's clash against the Flames. The head coach said that, hey, after that 2-0 loss, it's time for the team to get back on their horse.
They'll train on Monday and Tuesday before heading to Pennsylvania to play Robert Morris on Wednesday. A few days later, they have a big rivalry matchup with U of D Mercy. Head coach Pogue said that he wants a better start out of his team in those matchups. OU will be favored to win those games, so we'll see if they can get the job done.
We'll have that and much more coming up on next week's episode of Oakland Overtime. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's edition, the first one of the fall. Excited to bring you plenty of new season action. For Jason Ross Jr., I'm Jenna Rose. See you next time.